quote, 0% chance the Packers will deal the reigning MVP. Now a new report from Adam Schefter says Rodgers is so disgruntled with the Packers that he's told some within the organization that he does not want to return to the team. So, Sel, what's your reaction to the breaking news?
Wow. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. Boy, Aaron Rodgers is like, hey, bro, Green Bay. Okay, we were just talking about how Russell Wilson and they can't work without you and all that. That's not the same in Green Bay right now because they can't function without Aaron Rodgers in the immediate future. Jordan Love is not ready. They say Jordan Love is not even ready to lead the practice sessions, let alone come out there and try and go 13-3, 13-3, NFC Championship game, as you said, 8 yards away from potentially being in the Super Bowl. Oh, they're far from that if they don't take care of Aaron Rodgers. And they haven't taken care of Aaron Rodgers. The hell is wrong with...
Talk that talk, Sel.
Green Bay doesn't
Talk that talk, Sel.
I can't even talk to somebody.
That talk.
I'm going to talk to you. Displaced aggression. I'm going to talk to you because I don't know the owner in Green Bay because they don't have an owner. They got 47 members of a committee, publicly owned. Okay, well, all 47 of y'all listen to this. Y'all don't mess with the wrong dude. and thank you, NBA players, for finally letting these NFL players know we got hammers too. Sling it. And they are going to watch Aaron Rodgers finally say, I have the leverage. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Because they went and drafted. How ignorant is this? You're one step away from a Super Bowl appearance, potential win, and you go draft a bench-warming backup to me. Insult, shot, bullseye. The next year, I go out there in this position, you try to restructure and rework my contract, which is full of booby traps, to incentivize you guys to get rid of me even faster. Aaron Rodgers is like, are y'all kidding? You know what? I'm tired of you guys missing when you try to put me in your scope. Put your guns down. I'll just walk away. And that's what this sounds like to me. A guy who got too close to the edge and just wants to say, hey, white flag, call it what you want. I'm ready.
I love everything you said there. Aaron Rodgers, here's the thing, yo. If you push somebody far enough, they gon' go where you push them. And the Packers have been pushing and trying Aaron Rodgers. I've said it before, I will say it again. The Packers have wasted Aaron Rodgers' career.
Oh, let me talk.
Why do I say that? Aaron Rodgers has three NFL MVPs, but he has one Super Bowl. When did Aaron Rodgers get that one Super Bowl? When he had a top-5 defense. He's only been given a top-5 defense one time. Tom Brady was given a top-5 defense 8 times, and he had 6 Super Bowl appearances. Imagine if Aaron Rodgers was given that same caliber of defense over the year. Y'all gave him a top-5 defense one time, and in turn, he gave you a Super Bowl. Give Tom Brady a top-5 defense 8 times, and he takes you to 6 Super Bowls. Packers wasting Rodgers' career. What else? Only drafted one skill position since Aaron Rodgers took over as quarterback since he fell to them. And that skill position player was the player that's supposed to replace Aaron Rodgers. The Packers done played with Aaron Rodgers enough. They've pushed Aaron Rodgers enough. And now he's looking at them like, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Bang, bang.
Aaron Rodgers got the gun right now, and I'm glad that he's at least letting the Packers know who's really in charge, because it is Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, well, they were 9th in defense last year.
9th, ain't top 5.
Okay, top 5. You didn't say top 10. Damn. They do have a top 5 wide receiver and a top 5 running back.
They do.
One of only 2 teams to do that. Okay.
I'll give you that.
See, you know me, I got to flip the coin. Hey, wait a minute now. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, some of this is on you. That much. Like, itty bitty that much. Why didn't you run on that one play? Like, whatever. I know why you didn't run. You want to get your head taken off. Here's the thing. This is a situation that the ego is involved in the negotiation. And I'm not just talking about the negotiation in terms of contract this offseason. I'm talking about in the negotiation of team building, team construction. Like, Aaron Rodgers literally watched them make not a lateral move in the draft last year in the first round, giving up assets to go get Jordan Love, but a backwards move. So even in a backwards attempt to undermine this team and Aaron Rodgers, he still got them to the same place, which lets you know Aaron Rodgers and his level of greatness. What do you do now if you're Aaron Rodgers? Because we're not pulling in the same direction. What leads you to break up, if you ever get into a real relationship, you'll understand what a breakup is. It's really the most defeating thing is when you're not pulling in the same direction. True. Hey, you want to go over here? I'll go with you. Like my wife one day, she told me, she said, baby, I love you so much that I want to tell you the truth. no more old school rap concerts. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, baby, I wasn't even born when these rappers were hot. And now I'm going to these concerts and I'm just moving my head because I love you. And I love that because even though she didn't want to ride, she still was pulling in the same direction. The problem is when you got one car going this way, one car going that way, where are we going? That's too much on Aaron Rodgers.
And the thing is, the Packers have let their being of good now become their enemy of greatness. Good can be the enemy of great. The Packers have been consistently good, and as a result, they have not been great. And Aaron Rodgers is like, y'all not about to waste my whole career because y'all wasted some of it. Packers have had a Hall of Fame quarterback for nearly 30 years. And y'all got 3 Super Bowl appearances and 2 Super Bowls to show for it. Like you had Brett Favre and you had Aaron Rodgers, and all you have to show for it is 3 Super Bowl appearances and 2 Super Bowls. That got to make sense, and it doesn't make sense to Aaron Rodgers. Furthermore,
let's go.
In Aaron Rodgers' playoff losses, Packers defense gives up 35 points a game. Tom Brady just won a Super Bowl at the age of 43. But how did Tom Brady win that Super Bowl? He didn't just win it because he was Tom Brady. His defense went crazy. First 3 games of the playoffs for Brady, 55% completion percentage, 54% completion percentage, 55% completion percentage. Aaron Rodgers showed and trade speculation all centered around Russell Wilson. But head coach Pete Carroll addressed the media yesterday and squashed any thought of his quarterback leaving the Seahawks. Y'all take a listen.
Russ has been our quarterback for a good while, and we've got a long contract with him. And when all of the conversation went about trades and all that, I knew what the truth was. We weren't trading Russell. But we're in great shape, and a long future ahead of us is shared. Russ knows that, and I know that, and we're very clear about it. It's why it was really obvious that we just had to sit back and let the kind of the media take its course with the topic, and so we did. And so we're in good shape, and both very clear about that.
So, Sal, should Russell Wilson trust the Seahawks?
Absolutely, you should trust him. This riff, this commotion, us in the media, all of this attention all started because Russell Wilson lit a match. And now he had to put the fire out, talking to Pete Carroll directly, as he should have in the first place. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, complaining, exaggerating the situation in Seattle. I remind people, he set career highs in completion percentage, passing touchdowns, total yards, and total touchdowns last year. And Russell Wilson had some problems. Led the Seahawks to the most points in franchise history last year. And he had all these issues. So Russell Wilson just had to have a come to Russell moment where he realized, and I think Pete Carroll in his wisdom, being an older gentleman, older experienced coach, had to say, hey, Russ, the world isn't mad at you, Russell Wilson. You're not that special. And it's funny when people hear that, and if you've never heard that, you need to hear that. This world ain't caving in on you. This world don't give a damn about you. This world will continue to spin no matter what goes well in your life and what goes bad in your life. This world's like, whatever. And sometimes you have to understand that because Russell Wilson got a little too high on his horse. He got a little too drunk on his greatness. And then Pete Carroll had to tell him it's about the collective. We're all replaceable. The only conversation after you're replaced is who's replacing you? Are they better than you? Or they're worse than you? So Russell Wilson had to know that he fits in as an important, the most important piece to the Seattle Seahawks puzzle. But trust me, they will construct this puzzle with or without you. The NFL will continue with or without you. So this organization had the come to Jesus moment, and Russell Wilson had the come to Russell moment. And I'm glad they did, because when all things settled, they realize how good they really have it.
I co-sign where you at on this one. But I don't think Russ should trust the Seahawks. I have the same logic as you, but I land at a different place. He shouldn't trust the Seahawks because greater quarterbacks have been greater more recently and still been betrayed.
Talk to me.
Meaning, Carson Wentz leads his team very highly. They go to a Super Bowl with Nick Foles as a starter. Carson Wentz has an 11-win season. That's more recent success at a greater capacity than Russell Wilson. Carson Wentz, get up out of there. Jared Goff, we can at least dispute that one. He leads his team to the Super Bowl 2018. More success than Russell Wilson has had in the last recent future. And Sean McVay is like, Jared Goff, you got to get up out of here. We've seen greater quarterbacks have greater success more recently than Russell Wilson. Not overall greater quarterbacks, but they've just had greater success more recently than Russell Wilson and still be betrayed. But more than anything, Pete Carroll in a power position, Russ, and you pushed him to this point. Like, you got too cocky. You started feeling yourself too much. You pushed Pete Carroll to the point of like, you know what, big dog? I really don't need you because I won a Super Bowl with that Russell Wilson. I didn't win a Super Bowl with this Russell Wilson.
Ooh.
So I don't need this Russell Wilson. I just need that Russell Wilson. And that Russell Wilson, 2013 and 2014 Russell Wilson, he's not that hard to find. Because that Russell Wilson had 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. This Russell Wilson might have 40 touchdowns, but it comes with a 40-touchdown ego, and I don't need all of that. But we got some breaking news.
Whoa.
So we got to move on to the big news in Green Bay with the Packers.